kind of like a lot. Yeah, I shouldn't say that.
I can't do this. Nope. Nope, people. Ready? Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right.
Are you ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, stop. Are you recording?
My favorite thing about Brian is just that he has such an open heart to everyone who walks in.
My favorite thing about Brian is that he's everybody's friend and he's nice to you no matter who you are.
He's so enthusiastic to teach us and he's really fun to be with.
My favorite thing about Brian is his message because it just like always gets to me. Like it makes me understand a lot more. Like it makes me want to do good to others like he does to me.
He likes everyone who comes to the door and he greets everyone and he's just amazing and everybody just loves him.
My favorite thing about Brian is that I remember when I first came into junior high and he was just like, he was a great pastor. Like I could just see that from the start. He was like always like helpful and loving and like caring and he had fun with us. Yeah.
My favorite thing about Brian is that he's not only our pastor, but he's our friend and that he is always there for us.
My favorite thing about Brian is that he's so fun and enthusiastic and funny.
My favorite thing about Brian is that he makes church super fun.
My favorite thing about Brian is how much effort he puts into us in like the junior high and like devoting his time into talking and setting up events.
My favorite thing about Brian is he's amazing. He's always there. He's so personal and everyone who walks in the door, they can't not feel welcome. It's like impossible. He's like always there to greet them, always open. He's just always there. There's nothing to not like about Brian.
My favorite thing about Brian is that he's funny. He gives out great knowledge and words of wisdom to us. And I thank him for getting me through some hard times and guiding me through the right path instead of the wrong path. And I thank him that he's always been there with us and with me and everyone.
My favorite thing about Brian, we relate on a butt ton of music. I mean a lot of music. I could go on about some Petra, some Stryper, some Van Halen. No matter what I'm singing or he's singing, we're always saying like, oh hey, I know that song, or oh hey, yeah, that's a song I sing too. So we relate on a lot of music, and that's what I like and that's what he likes, so brother.
Probably gonna miss most that I was kind of like hoping that like Brian would kind of be like a mentor and like be there for me even when I'm in high school and stuff, and like he would be someone I would always look up to and I still will. It's just he's not gonna be like the presence won't be here.
I'm gonna miss the great messages that Brian says on Sundays. In the recaps he says on Wednesdays.
How he preaches, he's very relatable to us and always gives us nice examples and stories that always make us laugh.
His personality, the comfort that I have around him as a family friend and a great pastor.
What I'm gonna miss the most about Brian is probably his energy. I don't know anybody else in this world that has as much energy as I do, and I just love to see him interact with the kids, and that's what I'm gonna miss the most about Brian.
I'm gonna miss most about Brian is that like he's so nice and he acts like he's like there for us, right? He's like a friend to us. That's what I'm gonna miss about him.
My favorite memory was actually when you, Amy, Chase, Isaac, and I think it was, we were out here until like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. waiting for my mom to get by. And that just showed me how much of a great guy he was, how caring he is, how considerate he is, and that's it.
When we just sat down and talked for like half an hour just about life.
I have a lot of favorite memories. It'd take forever to go through all of them, but I loved it how he'd always, whenever I'd forget like my guitar or I needed like music, he'd always be like ready to stall, and it was really funny. Yeah.
My favorite memory would probably be just like if I was upset or something, he would always talk to me and make sure I was okay.
I remember one time, it was after church on Sunday, I was crying, like crying really badly, and Brian and Amy came over and he like talked to me for a really long time and he prayed for me, and that was probably the closest like thing me and Brian ever got close to, and like ever since then he's just always been there for me, so yeah.
Oh jeez! We went to the Dollar Tree. This was probably the greatest moment of all time. It was me, Amy, and Brian, and we were one of our first Wednesdays, and we get there, and we see this shim standing at the register. And then this is the first time we saw the shim. This guy is on the register. It's hard. It's a lot of stories back. Dang it, what did he say? Back in my day, something. He acted really. I was like, whoa, bro. All right, cool, man. And it was this really weird interaction with me and this shim. We went. I was like, Brian, that's Michael. He's a guy, but we call him Shim because he looks like a girl. So we get there, and Brian makes a fool of himself and just says, oh, these are my kids right here, and he's yelling, screaming. Me and Amy were just so embarrassed. And then when we got to the end of the line, Michael thought we were all related. The funniest experience I've ever had with Brian and Amy, and it was at the Dollar Tree. It was really, really gut-wrenching.
I would just like to say that Brian was like the best pastor ever. I'm really gonna miss him a lot.
I know I haven't known you that long, but I've been here for a few weeks. I come here on Wednesdays, and I really like the way you inspire us to do better in school and do good things like in the world. And I just want to thank you for that, because you're making us better people for that. Thank you. And you've just been a great pastor for the weeks that I've been here. And I wish you good luck in your new job.
Well, even though I didn't know him that long, he was just always really nice to me all the times that I've met him.
Thank you for caring for every person who comes in. You're always nice to people, and your heart is big enough for everyone. And you were a great teacher for us to learn.
Even though you won't be around, I feel like everyone's still gonna remember you, and like we'll still see you and everything, and that like just to know that like Maranatha and like junior high, we're always like gonna be here, so like we're not gonna go away. Just like, yeah, that's it.
Good luck in Temecula, and I hope those kids like you just like we like you.
I'm gonna miss him, and he's awesome. Love him.
I'll miss you, and we need to go to the beach.
Good luck in Temecula, and thank you for being a wonderful pastor.
We love you, Brian.
Always stay in faith with God.
Thank you, Brian, for everything you've done for everybody in our class. And you've been such a blessing to us. And thank you for always being there for us and being very nice and welcoming.
I just hope that he has a good time wherever he's going and just spreads the word of God in other places too.
We're gonna miss you a ton because you're our favorite Sunday school teacher, and everybody loves you and they like to hang out with you.
I can't say how much I'm gonna miss you, Brian. You were the best junior high teacher I think I'll ever experience. The new guy, probably not gonna be as good. He's gonna be, he will not be as personal probably. You were so amazing, Brian. No one can compare to how awesome you were.
I love you, Pastor Brian. We all do, and I hope you have a great time. And I know that where you're going, you're gonna be prosperous and be blessed and have overflow. And I thank you for all the advice that you've given me and to get through some hard times.
I know I haven't been helping with the junior high for very long, but just as soon as I stepped through the door, I could just tell your heart for those kids and how much you love them, and they can really tell, and that really makes such a difference for them to go somewhere, to have someone like you who can not only teach them, but also just be someone who's there for them and who can have fun with them. And you kind of just showed me that I can just let go and to just enjoy the kids and every moment. you really brought this group along, and I really hope that you can, I lost my train of thought. That the new church, they appreciate you as much as we do. I know that you're going to do amazing things there.
Pastor Brian, Tracy, Alex, Ashley, it has been a total pleasure to know you guys, to work with you for the last year. I will never forget lock-ins, injuries out in the parking lot, all the fun times we've had. I hope that the move is smooth. I hope that we're going to miss you a lot, but I hope things are just awesome. You have great opportunities at your new church, and that God continues to use you just the same way that He's used you in our lives here. Thanks.
Pastor Brian, thank you for loving our kids. Thank you for caring about all your leaders. Just thank you for being who you are and bringing what you brought to Maranatha and our families. We love you. We'll miss you forever. You'll be in our hearts forever. We'll be praying for you and your family. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you for this time with us. And thank you for your time here, and we'll never forget you. And we pray for your future and your families, and that everything is just going to work for God's will and for the kids up at Rancho. And we know how much of a gift they're getting when they're getting you and Tracy and Alex and Ashley. We love you. Thank you.
Brian, I'm not sure where to start with you, but you are definitely one of, if not the biggest blessing I've ever had the privilege of receiving. I am grateful for you and everything you are, your passion, your energy, your love for Jesus, your love for these kids, your love for us as leaders, especially your love for your family. I admire the fact that you're willing to uproot your whole life for your family. I love how much you give to them, and I love watching that. You've been such an incredible role model, and I've admired you as a husband, father, friend, pastor, mentor, and more. I'm so grateful for the time that I got to spend with you and for everything that you've taught me, how you've shown me to use my talents and gifts for the Lord, how you've taught me it's okay to vent and it's okay to talk and it's okay to be upset. And I'm grateful for all of our conversations and all the times that you've been there for me and you've asked how I am. I could definitely keep going on, but there's too much to say. I will eternally miss you, and I'm eternally grateful for you. Good luck. We'll miss you.
I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for me and this youth group. It's been amazing to see how you interact with the group that you lead, and just the energy that you bring to this youth group, it amazes me. You have so much patience and understanding, and you never force someone to feel a certain way. If they need to cry, you let them, and I just want to say thank you for always hearing my venting or anything I need to get off my chest, or even if I just need to complain about something that happened during the day. I remember being really upset this one day, thinking that I couldn't do this, and you told me that I was actually worthy, and that's something that I've been told I wasn't, and ever since you've given me this opportunity, it's given me so much confidence that I needed. I was mad when I first heard that you were leaving, but now God has comforted me and showed me that this is always for the best and in His greater plan. I want to wish you luck in your new job. They're so lucky to have you, and we'll still always see you. We'll all crash your house one day, of course. I want to say thank you for just being a great role model and kind of like a second father to me, and always giving me that support that I need and always tell me what I need to hear. You'll do great in your new job. I won't doubt that at all. And please come visit us someday. We'll miss you so much, Brian, and thank you for everything you've done. There's no words that can describe what you mean to all of us and what you've done for me personally. I don't think I'd be the person I am today if it weren't for you. And good luck.
a lot of people could say this, but he was like a second dad to me. He was my mentor. He guided me down paths. It was really cool how the Lord used him in my life to be such a, not a father figure, but like a second father figure in my life. It's really cool to see how all he's learned in his life to teach me and lead me down right paths and be there for me whenever we got to talk about anything. I could tell him anything and he would give me an answer. So that's what I'm gonna miss most. But like, he's not gonna be that far away anyway, so I can talk to him or text him whenever I want. Farewell, Brian.
Bye.
Yes, but you wanna say no.